Welcome into the Press Box Fantasy Football Show. Glenn Clark, Kyle Ottenheimer, but most importantly, your lovely and talented host, Mr. Ken Zalis. What's going on, sir?
It's a lovely day in Baltimore today.
It is. After yesterday was not so lovely. Didn't mention this on my show, but I know there's a lot of damage down in Anne Arundel County, so thoughts to everybody down there. And, if there's any way that we can help, please let us know. I have a fairly strong back, so I don't think I can move the dugout at South River High School. Fairly strong. You
have a below average back.
Depends on who.
If you have a fairly strong back.
Wait. No, that's not true. Because if it's an average, it includes a lot of old people and a lot of toddlers.
Weren't you told you have the back of a 45-year-old or something like that when you were 29?
The neck, not the back, the neck. The other things, my other two they're quite fun as well. Today's show brought to you by CCBC. They bring you the Press Box Fantasy Football Show every Thursday morning at 11:30 a.m. Need to hone your computer skills to boost your career? Or maybe you want an IT certification. CCBC Continuing Education has the course and programs you need for a career in the computer field, and it's all tuition-free. From the basics to specialized training, we have the classes you need from hardware to programming to cybersecurity and so much more. It's your choice. It's your career. Call 443-840-4700 or visit ccbcmd.edu/computer training. All right, get your questions in now at Glenn Clark Radio. We will pose them to KZ. Got a few in this morning, some final last-minute draft preparation. Or for those of you that have already drafted and are starting to think about various things, we will get them into KZ. Unfortunately, the biggest story of the week, Ken, is right here where J.K. Dobbins is out for the year. So let's begin there. Where are you now taking Gus Edwards in your draft? With J.K. Dobbins gone.
So he's a top 20 back for me. So depending on where you're going, somewhere around middle third, early fourth, depending on how quickly your running backs disappear. Did a draft the other night where the first 9 picks were running backs and lots of running backs in the first 3 rounds, and you had to go quick on Gus if you were going to get him. So I still think there's a share.
What's too early? What's too early for drafting? Because you know how this is a local in this area.
I mean, in this area, too early is the front half of round 2.
Okay.
To me, I mean, if you're starting to take him over guys like Antonio Gibson, CEH, if Barkley falls, he's been falling in drafts. If you're taking him over guys like that, I don't think you're doing it right, but I get it. We all love Gus, but he's still at best he's only a 60% guy. We don't know if he's going to catch one pass out of the backfield because he's never done it. I don't know that. I'm not saying that he can't, but
it's just not the way they've used him.
And the Ravens don't throw to backs a ton anyway, which is kind of weird to say because Dobbins got hurt on a screen pass, but they don't do it a lot. They do
learn their lesson,
Yeah. They do like Williams, some who is there. You have
okay. Let's talk a little bit about that. Tyson Williams, Justice Hill. Are you drafting them?
Williams, yes. Williams is a 10 to 12 round guy to me. He's my 50th running back right now. Okay, to give you context. Now, wherever, when we say these round things, it's tough to really pinpoint exactly, but he's the 50th running back off the board for me.
He went in the 10th or 11th last night in my draft.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Justice Hill, I mean, if you want to throw a dart in the last round, it's fine. There were a lot of people who did not pay attention to me on social media around the world that were spending lots of money on Justice Hill in their fab. I saw in one of my leagues out of a $200 fab, somebody spent $44 on Justice Hill, and you're just doing it wrong. I thought he was a cut candidate until J.K. Dobbins got hurt, quite honestly, because of how Williams looked. So he's a third down back. Is this his 4th year with the Ravens now?
Something like that.
Like that. I mean, they've shown no confidence whatsoever outside of a Week 17 game that meant absolutely nothing to them. So if you want to throw a dart in the 16th, 17th, 18th round, depending how you're doing with Hill, that's fine. We're throwing darts at lots of guys at that point, but I'm not taking them any earlier than my last round.
I get that. I completely understand it. I am still. All of this is still like, are they going to add somebody between now and
well,
then?
that's I mean, look, somebody said to me about are they going to add somebody? I said originally no. That's what that's what the Rams said. I mean, what are the Ravens supposed to say? Other than we like our guys,
and that's the point. Like, that's why you don't react.
Yeah,
to it.
I mean, we like our guys. Of course, you like your guys. You're not going to do that now. There's been some guys. Royce Freeman's been a guy that people have brought up that has had some success in the league. Is not overly old. Doesn't have a tremendous injury history that could show. And if they bring him in, then Williams probably goes back to the undraftable side of it. But here we are. We're 1 week away. Most of the drafts are being done this weekend to finalize draft season. A couple Monday and Tuesday, I'm sure. But right now, I mean, Williams is a top 50 guy until they add somebody. I'm not drafting Gurley. I'm not drafting Bell. I'm not drafting whoever veteran you think has some juice left in him. Those guys have been available.
Duke Johnson.
That we've been, 5, 6, 7 years we've been trying to make Duke Johnson a thing on various teams. It's never happened. So I don't think it's going to happen in Baltimore either. I think they're going to go with Gus and Williams right now, and I think Williams has to show them when the lights are on that he can't do it for them to add somebody. That's where I'm looking right now.
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, right.
We'll see. I mean, look, I'm not. I'm so not interested still in Gurley. I'm just.
No, I'm just.
I mean, that's been the name that the national media wants to just cling their little claws to and say, "Oh, well, he was in before." So, yeah. I would. If I'm going to kick the tires on somebody, I've said this before.
They're definitely not signing a street free agent before week 1. That's definitely not happening. That's 100% not
correct, because you got to cut somebody, and
right.
All that fun stuff. Although I think they still have one spot because they put the three.
More so that
they haven't made the moves.
They haven't made the IR moves yet.
And the question is,
guarantee the contract for 7 years.
Yeah, and
right. So we'll see. He's got to look if he plays great against the Raiders in week 1, I mean, you probably hold off for a little while and say, hey, they've done it before. They found lightning. I mean, Priest Holmes. I mean, we go back a little ways. Brocken. Is that when
Brockens.
I don't know. Jason Brookins.
Sorry,
yeah, but he wasn't really a player.
No, he was good enough.
Well, Raheem Mostert once upon a time was a guy they brought in.
Yeah, I mean, there are.
Yes, but there have been a lot of them that we're thinking of 3 that had been good. There's about 1 billion that weren't.
Sure. So
haven't been many
Anthony Allen wasn't good.
No, he wasn't.
No, there have been plenty of those. Bernard Pierce wasn't. They had plenty of running backs. They
drafted him in the 3rd.
I understand that, but there have been plenty of running backs that they've given opportunities to that weren't good.
I think. Let's put it this way. I like what I saw
Kenneth
from him.
Dixon wasn't good.
Chester Taylor was.
I understand. You can find some guys that were good.
Stop disrespecting Chester Taylor.
I like what I saw the way Williams runs in the preseason.
Oh, you're doing this bit.
No, I like.
You're doing this bit.
It doesn't matter who he was.
Nothing that happened in the preseason matters. Nothing. Zero.
But with a running back, it's not about how many yards he got. To me, it's about. Did he see holes? Did he one cut? Did he run?
If he does that in NFL games, I'd be willing to listen. 100%.
Correct. Well, but that's what I'm saying.
As of right now, I have no reason to think that Tyson Williams is an NFL running back. But that can change. There are other guys that weren't NFL running backs until they were.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, right now he's going to be the number 2 back, and he'll probably get 10 touches ish against the Raiders.
And if they don't add anyone, absolutely.
And if he averages 5+ yards a carry. He'll go on to the second game.
Presumably from that point, he will have a role. There's no question
about it.
So
right now, as the 50th running back off the board, I'll throw that 10th, 12th, 13th round dart.
Today's show is also brought to you by Glory Days Grill. Still a couple of days for you to get to Glory Days Grill and try the summer seasonal menu items, including the Very Berry Salad, the Smoky Thigh Wings, the Shrimp Po' Boy, and more. All pairs well with a summer ale or the anniversary IPA brewed by Devil's Backbone. Get to your neighborhood Glory Days Grill, glorydaysgrill.com. Before we grab a break, thoughts on Mac Jones now that he's the starter in New England, and then I guess does it change the value of who does it change the value for in New England?
Damian Harris is a top 20 back as well now because now he's going to get all the goal line work
ahead of Gus Edwards.
Right there.
Okay.
They're like they're literally 18 to 20. They're in the same tier. If you want to make the argument that you want to take Harris over Gus because there's no one to share most of the any carries with Harris, okay, they're both going to have third down backs, one better than the other, but I'm not going to argue whichever way you want to go there. I would rather take Gus over Harris just because he's with the better offense and the better run situation.
Sure.
But I mean, if Harris stays healthy, if he's a good player. I mean, he's produced when he's been healthy. Mac Jones, I like. You get back to Patriot football. Patriots want to play. This is what they did for 20 years with Tom Brady. Guy and I'm not comparing him, so don't say that. But the type of offense they run, Cam couldn't run that offense. The Josh McDaniels offense, he couldn't run because he's not accurate enough and things like that. And they did different things to put things around Cam. I mean, with they have some decent wide receivers. They have their Edelman and Myers.
Is there somebody that you're saying to yourself now with Mac Jones, I'm targeting this guy?
No, I mean he's a 22 to 25th quarterback off the board.
No, I mean of the receivers and the tight ends.
I was always targeting Myers.
Right.
I mean he's
where
8th, 9th, 10th round. I'm a little bit higher on him than probably the industry is, just because I loved him coming out of NC State, and once he established himself in the NFL, all he's done is produce. All he does is get open and catch passes. So, we're talking about a guy that could have 100-plus targets, 75-plus catches. If he catches 6 touchdowns, he's in the top 35 of all wide receivers this year. So why not? You have a guy, Jones is accurate. That's the one thing. I mean, he's not going to be mobile, but he is accurate. So I think it helps overall the entire situation in New England as far as the throw Aguilar in there is probably James White helps him.
Tight ends. I know it's a crapshoot.
Who the hell knows who their tight ends are anymore?
Well, we know they're.
I know,
yeah.
but
who the one to target is?
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I guess it's Jonnu because he's been the healthier one for the longest time.
They've made 2 relevant before in one season.
They have. But that's their offense. They like to run that. Hunter Henry. I mean, they're all draftable. I don't know how you start them week in and week out because you just don't know. But I mean, it helps everything in New England with Mac Jones. Cam belongs in the league, and Cam is not. They're not 32. I agree with Cam Newton. They're not 32 quarterbacks in the league right now that are better than Cam Newton. Problem is you got to specifically run an offense around Cam Newton. And I don't know that teams really want to do that right after the preseason. Like you're not – like let's say – I don't know. I mean, let's say he goes to Houston just because that's well, he can't run that offense. Like you have to do different things because Cam Newton's your quarterback than – whatever your offensive philosophy is in Houston.
Yep.
So that's what makes it tough right now.
All right, when we come back in, I got some of your questions we're going to get to. I've got some questions because I've already drafted. Actually, technically, I've drafted in 2 leagues, but one of them is Ken's, so I'm not going to talk about that because I'm not going to give him my secrets.
Your secrets.
I don't have any secrets.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. I'll get to your questions as well. Get them in at Glenn Clark Radio on Twitter. It is the Pressbox Fantasy Football Show with Ken Zalis.
Well, it's that time of year. It is always a joy to know.
That's not it at all. That's
right.
definitely not. That's
confused me
definitely
because it said
not the
10.
thing. That's
Need
definitely.
to hone your computer skills to boost your career? Or maybe you want an IT certification. CCBC Continuing Education has the courses and programs you need for a career in the computer field. And it's all tuition-free. From the basics to specialized training, we have the classes you need from hardware to programming to cybersecurity and so much more. It's your choice. It's your career. Call 443-840-4700 or visit ccbcmd.edu/computer training.
Glory Days Grill's popular summer seasonal menu is back with favorites like their Very Berry Salad and Smoky Thigh Wings. It also features the all-new Shrimp Po' Boy, crispy fried shrimp on a freshly baked sub roll with lettuce, tomato, and a house-made spicy remoulade. Other delicious items include a 12-ounce New York strip steak, the barbecue chicken bowl, barbecue ribs, and smoky turkey thigh wings combo platter, zucchini fries, and a key lime pie. All of these meals pair well with Sam Adams Summer Ale or their anniversary IPA brewed by Devil's Backbone. Glory Days Grill is hiring all positions. Want to work for a great family-oriented company known for their commitment to the community? Stop into one of their restaurants and speak with a manager. Management opportunities are available. Find out more by going to glorydaysgrill.com.
Join Pressbox's fantasy football expert Ken Zalis for the opening night of NFL season on Thursday, September 9th, 7 p.m. at Sports and Social inside of Live Casino. While you're there, say hi to KZ and let him give you advice on setting up your fantasy team, picking starters, and who you might trade for or pick up on waivers. Watch the opening NFL game, get free fantasy football tutoring from Ken Zalis, and enjoy the new Sports and Social Club at Maryland Live. We'll see you on September 9th. Must be 21 or older to enter.
What's up, everybody? This is Tyus Bowser. I can't wait to see you guys for the Tyus Bowser Show this fall. We're going to be taking the show on the road all over the area. You can meet me and my very special guests. If you can't make it out, you can watch the show on live on Pressbox Facebook page or listen the next day. Find out more about where we'll be by checking out PressboxOnline.com/Bowser. We'll see you all season long for the Tyus Bowser Show.
The next Tyus Bowser Show is Tuesday, September 7th at Mother's Peninsula Grill in Arnold. It's brought to you by Express Exterior Design, Grade 8's Memorabilia, and Pressbox. It is the Pressbox Fantasy Football Show. Ken Zalis is here hanging out with us. Today is the final day for you to try to register to win a pre-draft consultation with KZ and weekly personalized advice where you can wake him up all hours of the night. Say, Ken, I can't sleep tonight because I don't know if I should roster Ramondre Stevenson. And he will answer at all hours. You will have, in fact, a special.
You know what? Sadly,
what we're gonna do is we're gonna run a cup. Like he's gonna have a cup, and we're gonna run a string to wherever you are. Even if we got to go across the country. If you're in, if Ben in San Francisco wins, we will run a string all the way from Ken's house to your house, so that when you have your questions, you can just go to the window and you can pick up your cup. You can say Ken, bat phone, and as you know, it'll carry all the way to back here in Baltimore. Well, Ken
between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. That'll be attached to my cat, though. But other than those hours,
I read the fine print.
Other than those hours,
you are available at all times.
You know what's funny? I don't know that I ever agreed to this. It was
I
saw it on social media. I'm like, oh, really?
No, I was to understand. I was very much to understand that this is the way that it's going to work. So go right now to PressBoxOnline.com/contests and register because today at 2 o'clock we cut it off because, we got to pick a winner so somebody can get their pre-draft consultation before they draft. That's the way that it goes. Today, 2 o'clock is the final call. PressBoxOnline.com/contests. All right, KZ, question that comes in from Nick Kelly. I'm in a 10-team PPR league. Would you still recommend going heavy on drafting running backs in the first 3 or 4 rounds, even if someone like Kelsey or Adams is available?
Well, no.
Ben's listening. Ben says that's going to be a long string. It is, but if you win, we will do it.
Well, I mean, it depends where. I mean, obviously if Adams or in a 10-team league, if Adams or Kelsey make it to the second round, you grab them. I mean, in a PPR league, I could take Kelsey as early as the 4th pick and be okay with it with a league that requires a tight end. He's that much of a cheat code when it comes to other tight ends. The Waller's there and Kittle's there, and we like Hawkinson to get a lot of targets, and we think Pitts is the greatest thing since sliced cheese. But Kelsey is just.
I've never heard that before.
I'm trying to think about.
I don't even need my. But for what it's worth, I don't really need my. Well, I definitely like that. But I don't really need my cheese to be sliced.
But you're not slicing your bread. You're more inclined to slice your own cheese than you're slice your own bread.
No, but I'm not slicing.
The invention of the wheel, is that better?
No, but I love this. I want to roll with sliced cheese.
I enjoy sliced cheese.
Can we just leave it cheese? I don't need the cheese to be sliced.
Please tell me you've both heard that expression before.
Sliced bread.
Sliced bread. You don't use sliced cheese.
Okay.
But I'm interested. I'm not opposed to it.
It's more of a luxury. I won't be upset if someone hands me a brick of cheese.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank God the season starts.
And I want to make it very clear. I don't need it sliced. I am willing to just go
if I get a loaf of Wonder Bread and it's not sliced.
Getting back to the caller, the writer's question.
The caller.
Yeah. You're the writer's question.
Nick Kelly.
I would.
Would you draft sliced cheese or
I can
sliced
take
bread
him.
first?
I can take as early as the 4th pick, Kelsey. And then, especially in a 10-team league, I could get running backs in rounds 2 and 3 and still be okay. Adams, sure. I mean, I can take him at the end. A nice Hill Adams to start your 10 if you're at the turn 10 and 11. And then work back from there. I can make that work as well. So I'm not against it. I still like getting running backs if you have flex positions. If you can start running back, and still be able to grab, Deontay Johnson and Robert Woods as your top 2 wide receivers. Hey, go for it. It puts you in a great situation for 2 guys that are going to get lots of targets. But I'm not against Kelsey. I mean, he's just such an advantage.
The Baltimore Ravens countdown to kickoff party is Monday, September 13th at M&T Bank Stadium. Live performance by All Time Low. They're quite famous. I had a bit of a hiccup thing going on there. It was very awkward. I was trying to just work my way through it. Live performance by All Time Low, and tickets are just $10. Plus, you can hang out afterwards. They'll do the pregame thing. I think WBAL is taping it, or like a live TV special beforehand. Got the live music. It's going to be awesome. And then hang out, watch the game on the Ravens Vision boards. And they're going to do all the in-game entertainment that you would normally get at a home game. They're going to do it they're going to move those chains. They're going to do the whole thing for an away game, all for just $10. Free parking, concessions are open. It's going to be an awesome night to open the season at M&T Bank Stadium. The day of the event, tickets will go up to $20, so go right now and get your tickets, BaltimoreRavens.com/kickoff, BaltimoreRavens.com/kickoff. From Dale. Dale wants to know, generically, who are players that you are seeing go in late rounds of the draft that you know as a fact are starters and can have some value there?
Let's go with Jacoby Myers, since we just talked to him. He's a starter. He's going to get.
But you just said he was like 8 to 10 round.
Yeah.
I got him in like the 12th.
It depends where you go. Terrace Marshall Jr. auto pick for me that late. He's the slot guy. He's the third receiver in every third wide receiver set. I think he has injury away potential to be another Justin Jefferson type rookie that comes out of nowhere and explodes.
He does have Sam Darnold as his quarterback, though.
Sam Darnold can throw the football protected. I'm sorry. I know. I think Sam Darnold's going to work out just fine in Carolina.
Maybe he will. I need to see it.
I think I could be okay as the quarterback in Carolina if I'm upright with those receivers and just being able to dump the ball.
That
to CMC.
I would need to see.
Just being able to dump the ball to McCaffrey.
You're talking about Terrace Marshall, though.
That doesn't help me. If he's dumping the ball to McCaffrey all the day, that doesn't help me.
But I'm just saying, I think Terrace Marshall.
I bring this up in part because I currently have an empty spot on my roster right now because I decided to use a pick on Cam Akers to put him on IR. It's a keeper league.
Okay.
Decided to use a pick on Cam Akers and put him on my IR late in the draft. Jacoby Myers. So I have an open spot on my roster, and Terrace Marshall was one of the players I was considering for that open spot that's currently on my roster. I feel as though I'm a little weak. My running backs I feel great about because I've got Dalvin Cook, James Robinson, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and DeAndre Swift. So I've got 4 legitimate running backs on my roster, and I can't play all 4 of them. Okay. The only other running back I have, however, is Stevenson.
Okay, so late round guys that I want on my roster. Quarterback, I want Tua on my roster. I would like Zach Wilson on my roster.
Hey.
You're asking this was late, right?
Hey, I know. I just can't imagine.
Okay, we talked a little bit about Tyson Williams. I'll take on my roster. I'll take Stevenson out of New England late on my roster. I already
got him.
Ty Johnson.
I'll take Ty Johnson, but I was going to say Chris Evans. I will put Chris Evans.
Michigan man.
On my roster.
Isn't he busy filming another film at this
versatile.
point? Isn't wow?
Good pass catcher.
Sterling Shepard, I would like on my roster. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I would take late on my roster. Nico Collins, I will take late on my roster.
You're killing it over there. Dynamite.
I will take tight end Granson out of Indianapolis on my roster. I will take Jawan Johnson, tight end / wide receiver in New Orleans, late on my roster. Is that enough, guys?
That's a lot of guys. So I'm going to present you my specific problem.
Okay.
I didn't draft a second quarterback or a second tight end on my team. I've
No-
got
no problem
I've
with
got
that.
Herbert and Logan Thomas.
Those are two.
I'm very happy with
solid
very
picks.
happy with those players being my respective players. So would you be grabbing an Amon-Ra St. Brown or a Terrace Marshall, or would you prefer to use that on another quarterback or another tight end? Like I could get Tua.
It's all. I would throw.
I'm asking your advice.
I would, as long as Tua doesn't have the same bye week, I would throw Tua on my roster.
I don't. Lord knows who the hell knows what his bye week is.
Well, the internet does, Glenn.
Nah.
Most-
Why would I check?
Most formats will tell you, like, next to the name of the player.
Gotta be honest with you.
a little
Tua's
number.
bye week is week 14, and Justin Herbert's bye week. That's a
7.
hell of a. It's week 7. You're right about that. They're doing week 14 bye weeks in a 17-game season.
We've done this every year.
What the heck
We've
is
done
going
this every year.
on?
That's the playoffs, isn't it?
Why is this so hard?
15, 16, 17
Now becomes
is
the
now
playoffs,
the playoffs
yes.
because there's 18 weeks.
Okay.
Yep.
I know.
Why?
I'm never going
why-
to get any of this right.
Why in the F?
Never.
Why is this so hard?
I know.
Between week 5 and week 12, those are 8 weeks. 4 teams on bye, all 8 weeks. Why is this so hard?
It's not hard. It's not hard.
Why is this hard? I don't
Just
get
give
it.
each division off.
Oh, this is nuts.
Do it by division.
Never understand that.
Take the division. Put them on bye. And it's done.
Instead, we end up with the Browns playing the Ravens in back-to-back games this season,
Which is
the bye in between.
Right. It's just
the
idiotic.
dumbest thing. It's
just so idiotic.
Dumbest thing. All right, I have added Tua Tagovailoa to my roster, so I've got that going for me
That's
now.
good.
Championship.
Look, he has top 10 potential with weapon. He's got weapons around him, and it's been a funny as you would say, funny bit how the Dolphins were trading for Watson, and they don't like Tua anymore. It's like they knew he was hurt. They still took him with the 5th pick. Okay. He wasn't 100% healthy. Now he's healthy. He's got a full preseason. They added weapons. They added his guy Waddle from Alabama. I like what they have there as far as offense goes.
Yeah, but they also liked him so much that they benched him a year ago. And
but you had Fitzmagic.
I understand that, but they wouldn't have done that if they loved Tua. Kyle's got something more
He
important
wasn't
going
ready.
on. I'm
He
sorry.
wasn't ready.
He's got
I'm trying
something
to figure
far
out if
more
I need to
important.
pick up any of these players.
He wasn't ready.
You can say he wasn't ready. I just
They should never. They
he
should have
wasn't-
never benched Fitzpatrick.
I don't
to
disagree.
force
For what
him
it's worth,
in.
I don't
They
disagree with
forced
that.
him in
But
for
you
no
still
reason.
can't help but be concerned about the fact that they played him and then they
Overly
benched him.
impressive. The offense
I-
got worse when Tua came in.
There's
for
no
what it's
question
worth.
about that.
It did, but he was obviously not ready to play.
Why wouldn't I
football.
pick up Ryan Fitzpatrick? Why wouldn't I do
You
that?
didn't tell me he was available.
Well, would you rather have Fitzpatrick or would you rather have Tua?
I'd rather have Fitzpatrick.
Son of a bitch.
Well,
I don't know if he's.
What about
available
Zach
or not.
Wilson?
He didn't tell me that.
no, I'd rather have Tua than Zach Wilson.
Have you seen his face?
Yes,
Disney Channel superstar.
yes, he is.
Okay. I hadn't thought about that.
Zach Efron.
Ryan Fitzpatrick is available, so you're saying pick up Fitzpatrick
Who is
instead
in
of
this league?
plenty
He's
of
available
people.
in mine as well,
Calm
Ken.
down.
Is there 8 teams in the league?
No, there's not 8 teams in the league.
How many teams?
I think it's a 12-team league. I assume.
And Ryan Fitzpatrick is on the waiver wire.
He's on mine as well, Ken.
People aren't enamored with Ryan Fitzpatrick.
in fantasy football.
You're getting all,
I
you're getting all
opted for a
worked up about
backup
this.
tight end over a backup.
Oh, you know what?
quarterback.
This is only a 10-team league. I'm sorry. This is a 10-team
He's
league.
available in
bit-
my 12-team
A
league.
little bit better. That's bonkers. To
So
me.
you're saying I dropped to a Tagovailoa,
Well, yeah.
pick up Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
That's what the Miami Dolphins did. That's what they did last year. I'm just doing what they did. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and do that then. And then this is from Chris. Wants to know, and this is something that I wanted to talk about anyway. Did not draft a defense before we get to waiver wire period. What are some defenses I should look at for week 1?
Denver Broncos
got them.
have a cake first 3 weeks. Now, I don't know if they're going to be good for the whole season, but if you're in that situation and the Denver Broncos are on your waiver wire, grab them for the first 3 weeks, see how they do, and then go from there. Because I think it's like the Jets.
They're also pretty talented, too.
They are, but it's like Jets, Jaguars, and Lions, maybe?
I don't think it's the Jets. Jets are playing somebody else.
No, I think within the first 3 weeks.
Oh,
So
okay.
that
No,
wasn't
not
in order.
I got you.
That wasn't in order. But the Broncos, I mean, that's the one that jumps out at me. That could be, if you didn't draft a defense and you're looking for that,
I feel like they were drafted in some leagues.
they were in some leagues. I mean, like the one, they were drafted really late in the league I did last night. I was trying to wait and got kind of
I took Washington. I panicked and took Washington.
What round?
I don't remember, like 13th or so maybe.
They play I was close. They play the Giants, the Jaguars, and then the Jets, 1 through 3. And then, of course, they play Baltimore and Pittsburgh, 4 and 5. But then they get the Raiders along the way.
Ravers.
I do enjoy them.
You know, they're one that for 3 weeks, take them and then you're
See
good.
where you are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Go from there. I 100% agree.
Jaguars against the Texans is moderately appealing. The Texans are an offense that I feel like is, as much as any, is anemic,
Yeah.
you would think.
I'm worried about the Jaguars.
Well, of course you are. I mean, everyone should be.
Well, you're the one that's counting on them.
I'm just
you're
saying,
the one
as far
that's,
as offenses to target, as far as streaming is concerned, I
right.
think that Houston is one this
No,
year.
I think it's what everybody's going to be
I
doing all
agree.
throughout the
I
course of the
agree.
year.
No, I
throughout
agree
the course of the
with
year.
that.
Just not the ideal first team. to
Look,
be
I
facing
think
them.
I might be more like I have Washington and they're playing the Chargers, and so I'm debating whether or not I roll with that or if I try to go to the waiver wire and pick up something else.
I hear you.
And so we'll see.
I hear you. All right. Any other last-minute things that you want people to know before they draft this weekend?
Not really. I put out something on PressBoxOnline.com yesterday, just with all the injuries and all these crazy trades and cuts and everything. Just some
You like
things.
Chris Herndon now?
I threw a dart at him in the 18th round last night.
Not a lot of people don't have 18th rounds.
I threw a dart. I mean, if you just ignored tight end, sure. I don't know if it'll work week 1, how quickly he'll get up to speed. I don't know. It didn't work. It worked in like little spurts, but talented, athletic. We really liked Irv Smith coming into this season. Thought it was a breakout. Conklin's battling an injury. They made the trade for Herndon. I mean, I don't hate the idea of him on my roster right now.
Okay. All right. That's worth
I'm not
keeping in mind.
expecting anything,
Yeah.
but I don't hate for him on the roster. Guys, for tight end, just remember tight end. If you miss the top 5 or 6 through Andrews, Hawkinson, Pitts, just wait. Granson, Jawan Johnson, Herndon, sure. Everett, although he's sneaking up. Maybe it's just the leagues I go in where everybody's using my freaking list.
Those jerks. How
know.
dare they give you clicks? How dare they click on your content?
No,
Those a-holes.
What the big problem was it was within my house.
Well, they probably didn't click. Yeah, they
so-
probably
so-
didn't even give you that.
So
They probably
it was within my house.
Oh, yeah.
and it was very upsetting when he took Everett.
a-hole. It's a child. I shouldn't say
I
that.
know.
All right.
No, you can. He's 17
Okay,
now.
good.
It's okay.
Oh, yeah, you a-hole. Jonah. What's
Yeah.
wrong with you?
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Find it all, PressBoxOnline.com. And again, next Thursday night, he's going to be at Sports and Social. So make sure you're headed out to Maryland or Live Casino Hotel. It's going to be an awesome night as KZ will be hanging out before the game, Dallas, Tampa to open the NFL season. And you're going to want to be there. The menu's outstanding. The atmosphere is incredible. Bubble hockey, bowling, skee ball, all sorts of stuff to do. It's just an amazing place. Sports and Social at Live Casino Hotel. Make sure you're there next Thursday night at 7 o'clock. At Fans Fantasy on Twitter, as well as how you get them. All right, KZ, appreciate it. We will see you next Thursday to set some lineups.
You will.
Love that. This has been the Press Box Fantasy Football Show.